Hi, Justo. Welcome to the Climate Week. I hope you're enjoying the event. And could you please introduce yourself?
Hello, Rufio. It's a pleasure to be here, to be invited to the Climate Aviation Week. My name is Justo Hernández. I work for the Spanish Directorate of Civil Aviation, and I am honored to be the CAEP member for Spain.
Welcome, Justo. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. So what progress has Spain made in SAF production, including support for projects and meeting supply mandates? And how does this help achieve ICAO CAFRE goals?
Okay, well, in Spain, we are under the Refuel EU regulation, which is a mandate. But we also have investment. So it's a good experience on how the combination of mandates, investment, and facilitation can really push and has a exponential effect on the SAF production. The mandate basically says that from the 1st of January of 2025, 2% of all of the fuel provided in union airports had to be SAF. And then we had different investment projects or investment facilitation for projects. In Spain, we provided up to 1.3 billion euros to supply green hydrogen or to create the supply of green hydrogen. And recently, ESAF project has been awarded 60 million euros in northwest Spain, in Compostilla. All in all, what we have experienced is that from 2024, where we have 1.2% of all of the kerosene supplied being SAF, we've multiplied that by 10 times in 2025. So we are now in 2025 with 2.44% of all of the fuel supplied being SAF, which adds up to somewhere around 140 kilotons of SAF. And I think this is a perfect example of how a combination of this policy, investment, and facilitation can help the different member states to comply with the CAF objectives.
Okay, thank you. That's great news. And could you please tell us a little bit about how is Spain supporting ICAO programs like CORSIA and ACSAF?
Yeah, well, Spain is heavily involved with all of the CORSIA projects and all of the ICAO projects. We joined CORSIA in the very first stages of the voluntary phase, together with other European states. And not only that, we have also been involved because we had some experience with other market mechanisms to share our knowledge. We have been part of the ACSAF program from the very beginning as well, and we have provided support to over 14 states, mostly in the Latin American region, creating very good partnerships and very good relationships, supporting them through all of these years. In relation to ACSAF, recently we joined in on a very early stage as well, but recently we have achieved funds in order to support a feasibility study in Costa Rica and through ICAO with ICAO experts. We've also been involved in the CAEP for a very long time with experts across the different working groups, from working group 1 to 5, NMRTG. We actually have one chair in the SESCG, and we continue to deploy our support to ICAO different projects and activities.
Okay, so we talk a lot about SAF, but what about airports? I guess we don't talk enough about airports, but regarding airports operations, can you please tell us about AENA's climate action plan?
Yeah, airport operations are a little bit forgotten when you compare to all of the activities, but we are very lucky to have a big airport managing body, which is AENA, operating over 46 airports in Spain, but also with participations and in other airports in other regions like Brazil or the UK. So they have a very big knowledge. In relation to the climate adaptation plan of AENA, they are focused on two main areas. Of course, one is mitigation, but also and very importantly in adaptation. On mitigation, they're basically focusing on decarbonizing all of its operations in all of the three scopes. They have they're focusing on more efficient use of the energy by changing and adapting all of their infrastructures to newer technologies. On reducing the emissions, they are changing their ground fleet to have more electric vehicles, for example. But they are also investing in the use of greener energies. They have contracts for the energy supply in order to ensure that the electricity that they receive is coming from renewable sources. But they're also deploying their own self-generation with over 1.5 thousand kilowatts hour per year in solar panel facilities, with projects to extend that even further. In adaptation, they have been following the ICAO guidelines that have been issued, and they have identified that they have to take a thorough analysis of the risks in each different airport, so that, because there's not one solution fitting all, they have to be tailored, identify the risk, and tailor the actions. Unfortunately, 2 years ago, in 2024, we had a massive flash flood in Valencia affecting the airport as well. And it was amazing that thanks to this readiness of the AENA contingency plans, they were able to get fully operational within 1 day. Unfortunately, the city took a few more days, several days actually. And that was a lesson learned, that the adaptation has to be done in conjunction with the surrounding bodies and organizations. But they show that the ICAO guidelines and the proper application of those can be really helpful.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Justo. And I hope you keep on enjoying the Climate Week.
I will
hope to
continue
see you
enjoy
next
the
year as
Climate
well.
Week. Definitely. I will do my utmost.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.